question.
Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough. He said
so
fair
I guess
enough.
this is the reality of my life now.
This is the reality of your life. Okay, one, you were on the panel and you
Now,
represent...
this is your personal Facebook live?
My personal Facebook.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, of course, but we going about 2 million
So
households.
if I look at this, are people liking it and asking questions?
They will like it. They will ask
That can
questions.
happen real time.
Right.
Okay, fair enough.
Real time.
Okay.
About 2 million households by the time they finish. Okay.
Okay.
Number one product in Atlanta is students.
Yep.
Number one product, education. That's the only place that people are growing debt.
Yep.
You know, but we don't hear that in the brand of Atlanta. You said yourself 7 colleges and universities.
7 deep.
7. Okay, I just did a live broadcast from the Georgia Dome, and I talked about this. We did a 360 of Atlanta, and we talked about 70 institutions of higher learning in this city, and you don't go in and day out hearing about our students.
Yep.
Why is that not a conversation?
I'm sorry, it's not a conversation for who? You know, I work at a college.
You work in education.
So it's my conversation every single day.
Outside of the education arena, because that means every aspect of this city. If you're trying to attract major business, if you're trying to attract commerce, if you're trying to attract real estate, it's about the education of the student. You don't move to Atlanta unless you can properly educate a child.
Well, so I don't know that I agree with your premise.
Okay.
I think it is a conversation.
You think it is a conversation?
My whole life is those conversations.
Education.
Right?
Okay.
So I don't know how public they are, but I'll tell you that we're thinking every day about how do we grow college enrollment in our school community, how do we increase graduation rates, how do we lower student debt levels, how does that link to K-12, how do we make sure we're actually developing students with skills that our employers are asking for. So that is, but I think what you're saying is, why is it not more prominent?
Right.
Why is it not a primary source of dialogue relative to other things? I can't say why, but it should be.
We asked the same question to the APS, and they, speak to a perspective of they have to deal with a lot of poverty.
Yep.
Do you see that? Like she said, we're no longer talking about the first college graduate, we're trying to get the first high school graduate. To me, that's a regression. How do we get to that point? And yet at the same time, you say it's part of your conversation every day.
Yep.
How do we go from getting the first college graduate to now we are working on the first high school graduate? What happened?
Well, again, it's not a reversion. I think what she's saying is the students who come into the classroom, they're bringing their whole life, and we have to know that. Now,
the whole life.
Obviously,
okay. He's just tall, y'all. I'm sorry.
No. So you have to educate the student who comes into your classroom. I think what she's saying is we shouldn't be taught. For me, I'm talking about first generation college students because in the case of all of our students, they've graduated from high school. Right. And most of their parents did, to be fair. But in the K-12 system, that's not necessarily the case. And I think the reality is when you're educating a student who's not getting what maybe I got at home, you got to take that responsibility in the classroom. And so I don't think we're taking a step back, but we're certainly not progressing at the rate that we like.
Okay. And who sets that rate, though? Progressing at the rate we like. Who sets the rate?
I got to go back to work, or somebody.
We're gonna follow. Okay, where can we? You're having this conversation every day. Where? Tell them where. Tell them who you are now.
I work at Morehouse College, so we have it in
what
Morehouse
position?
College every single day. Interim president until the end of 2017.
There you go. All right, guys. We got to find out who sets this rate because that's the rate. Those are the standards that we're not meeting. Where are we going? Why are you still here? She's still look. Her opponent had a meltdown.
Parents and all the questions.
That's listening and learning.